Welcome to South Harmon. Welcome to South Harmon. Hey, welcome to South Harmon. We glad you here today. Another AMA. Ask me anything. Super chat is cool if you wanna pay to play. Like and subscribe, that's what we really appreciate. Let me introduce you to the tear down king. Mike McNutty, that's your questions, he'll answer anything. ATM, you know Adam put them graphics on the screen. Glad you tapped in now, stay tapped in for the team. Hey, everything is posted. Go follow the socials. South Harmon FF tag us if we get noticed. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today. Another AMA. Welcome to South Harmon, we glad you here today.
Yes, sir! As I get us on the screen. We're here. Wednesday night AMA, and as you can see, we got the much better looking Adam. The much better looking Adam. Alan Seslowsky of RotoWire. What's up, Alan? How you doing, man?
Major upgrade for the show. Major upgrade.
Get him.
Yep. Yo, look, see, this is the thumbnail pose, right?
Shh. Yeah, it's major upgrade. Adam's got the COVID, man. He's got the Rona.
Yeah, I mean, you know, is he quad vaxxed? Is he quad vaxxed?
I don't know. He might be. What is that? What the fuck is 5? Quintuple?
Quintuple vaxxed?
Quintuple vaxxed? I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Just can't catch a break, man. He doesn't sleep as it is. He's got a new baby at home. Man's out here getting COVID.
Well, that's what happens. If you don't rest and take care of yourself, you know, you leave yourself susceptible.
You would have thought that Red Bull would be like the anti-COVID. All the chemicals in Red Bull probably keep him from getting COVID. No.
Well, you know, they used to say, like, you know, swimming in the Hudson River. Like, when you're from New York, you jump in the Hudson River. It's like disgusting. There's like dead bodies floating in that thing.
Look at this, man. Matty Gomes already do, man. The two most awesome hosts in the game. Also a manscape.
Oh my god! I mean, that Manscaped ad that you guys do, that thing is the best. I bought one because of you guys.
Oh, my man. I love mine to death. Matter of fact, before the weekend gets here, I'll be trimming the man parts.
Do you do the foot on the sink, like in your whole asshole's open and stuff? Like,
no, I do it in the shower since it's waterproof, baby.
Yeah, but then the ass hair gets all over the side of the shower.
Well, that's fine. That's what I got a removable shower head. You know, you can just spray it down.
Yeah,
self-cleaning.
That's not good. I mean, who else showers in there? It's you, your wife,
me, and myself.
Okay.
Listen, right. I ain't poor. All right, I got 3 bathrooms. There's one for everybody.
All right. I mean, but you don't want ass hair on like the walls and in the drains and.
Well, that's fine. It's my ass hair.
All right, so I do respect it because mine's a little crazy. I put the foot on top of the sink, and then I rip open a garbage bag, and I put it underneath. It catches the hair falling down, and then I do a reverse. I get like in there underneath. I have like a whole technique, and then
how much fucking hair you got?
Oh my god, you don't even want to know what's going on down there. It literally probably sometimes can look like the bottom of your beard.
Like 70s porn bush?
Yeah,
is that what we're talking?
But it's the asshole itself has got the most hair.
Could you braid it?
I mean, no, because I use the Manscaped thing.
Oh, okay. Good man. Good man. Promo code SHFF20, 20% off free shipping. They don't know what they did.
It does work though. I'm telling you, because then I fold it up, and the thing cleans out easily too, which is nice.
Nice. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Corey, we have made a content maven in Corey now. Like, he's an extraordinaire. He never tapped into content. He was a member of Savage forever. I mean, that's my guy, my roomie. And all it took was me cuddling on the bed with him, watching Matty Kiwo and Cody Carpentier live one time in Canton, Allen. And now Corey don't miss a show. He's tapped in for everything. I mean, I think he misses me. Is that what that is?
Oh, yeah. But that's what happens.
I mean, not a lot of people can fit perfectly into the little spoon like I can. Like, I'm You would think I'm a big spoon guy, but I like to be cuddled. But so I get real nestled in there.
Well, in the grinder community, you would be a major prize. Like you would be known as a bear.
Is that like the Italian grinders? So what?
No,
because I love
it's the dating website.
Oh, there's a dating website called Grindr.
Stop it.
Just fucking with you.
Okay. You would be a hit on there. I'm telling you.
You think? Is it because of the beard?
They like cozy, spoony men that.
I mean, I have heard this referred to as a cum rag before.
Oh, I mean, that's kind of kinky and hot.
$20 is $20, Alan. I do what I got to do.
Yep. Welcome to South Harmon.
Skeletor made it to a name. What the fuck is going on? I thought all these dudes were dead. Every single one of them. Alan's making the rounds. How many shows did you do today, Alan? You do content everywhere. Is there a network you do not work for?
Well, there's a couple of me. It's really it's AI me that was doing the other one.
It's AI. This is a great program that they got running here.
No, well, again, I wasn't. This was kind of last minute. Adam was not feeling well, and I would never say no to you, even though I have done a couple shows and I'm tired. But for you, I get the energy. I just,
Fitz hits him. Adam over Alan.
Oh, 100%. Come on, this is his backyard.
Alan got that palm tree dip.
And behind
do you,
me
buddy?
And here.
All right, listen. We fucked around for 7 minutes. Accomplished absolutely nothing. Finding out Alan has a really hairy asshole, and I shave my balls in the shower. That's it. I don't shave my asshole, by the way, Alan. Like I'm too fat to reach back there, so we just let that go. Plus, listen. I think the good Lord intended for men to have hairy assholes to slow down the shits when they come out, right? Like so we don't dent porcelain. I don't want to crack my toilet with extreme speeds, no drag, that kind of thing. I need something to slow it down, like a braking mechanism.
It's almost like a netting.
Netting, right?
Like cheese, like what like with the cheese, they put it through the cheese.
There you
paper.
go.
Yeah,
there you go. You're onto something there, Alan. I got to ask you though. Season kicks off tomorrow. Boom, nice transition here. Ravens, Chiefs. I made it on the thumbnail, man. I am of the opinion this is going to be Lamar Jackson's revenge tour, and I think it starts tomorrow night in Kansas City. But give me your takes on the game. What do you think of Lamar this year? What do you think of the Chiefs? I mean, obviously coming off of Super Bowl, can't go too much higher, but to repeat again, like Kansas City would be the first ever. Man, when's the last time we had a three-peat?
Never. It's never happened.
Had a three-peat?
Not in the NFL.
Ooh, baby. Could be the first ever three-peat. But what do you think about this game tomorrow night? What do you think about Lamar? What do you think about the Chiefs?
Well, I'll give you during the course of the offseason, we come across a lot of different stats, and, it all blends together a lot of times. Broken tackle rate and all this stuff. It's like just goes over your head. One that actually stuck out to me, Mike, how many rushing touchdowns? I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to give you the big wind-up. 10 rushing touchdowns for Lamar over the last 3 years. That's not a lot. You think of Lamar as like an 8 touchdown a year guy, right? No, 10 over the last 3 years. He did have 2 in against the Texans, So, but I think that the problem when you do Lamar versus Mahomes is that I feel like he wants to prove himself as a passer, that he can be in the Mahomes tier. Mahomes should be. He's like the Michael Jordan, right? LeBron James. He should be the MVP every year. He's just not because people want to vote for someone else. And I think Lamar takes that to a freaky ass Allen. All right, I like that one. But I'm with you. Lamar is due for that FU season, right? But man, we never thought much of him as an elite, Mahomes level passer. Yet he's got the 2 MVPs. I just revealed that he's not getting a lot of rushing touchdowns. Right. And this presumably, Mike, is their offensive line's in a little bit of trouble. Everything from they lost a few guys. The offensive line coach tragically passed away. I don't that's something.
Yeah.
And as usual, the Ravens receiving core is a B- at best.
It is interesting to say the least. I think the offensive line is a question mark, so I want to see how that works out. I mean, they were like, we're shipping dudes away left and right, and we got some guys starting that I don't think people feel very comfortable with. But here's the thing, Alan. I mean, we kind of go into every season sometimes, and dudes, especially on the offensive linemen, surprise you about how well they're playing, and you're like, oh, and then they become household names about how good they are. Not every superstar offensive lineman was a first-round pick, was a household name, the top of the draft. So I'm interested to see it. I do think Lamar's got a little added motivation. It's a bold take for me that the Ravens are going to win tomorrow night, and Lamar's going to have a monster game and kick off his next run at an MVP, even though I think he's going to fall short because my guy Jalen Hurts is going to take that one home. I'm all aboard it. But I think Lamar's got that added motivation. I do think, last year, man, in the divisional round, they should have beat Kansas City. There was a few things that happened. You had the Zay Flowers, fluky fumble going in the end zone. I think that's a guy who's motivated. I'm interested to see how much more of a step forward Zay Flowers will take in his second year. Now you got a fully healthy Mark Andrews, too. The running game with Derrick Henry, I think, creates a shit ton of problems for defenses. I mean, Derrick Henry in himself is a fucking nightmare. Derrick Henry was a nightmare when he had Marcus Mariota and Ryan Tannehill and rookie Will Levis handing the ball off to him. And now he has the most dynamic quarterback in the entire NFL. I mean, there's something to be said about X's and O's and how defenses have to game plan for now stopping Derrick Henry up the middle and Lamar Jackson on the keep around the end. I mean, that's a tough ask. It's a big upgrade from Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. I can at least tell you that much.
Well, it's right. It's
massive.
Now, there's two ways to think about Derrick Henry, right? And there's he's 30 years old. Gravity's pulling on his career a little bit, right? He's had a tremendous amount of work over the last couple years. The pushback to that, Mike, is that he was a very lightly used sports car in those first 2 or 3 years. Remember when DeMarco Murray, the guy couldn't get past DeMarco Murray on the depth chart, and everyone was screaming like crazy.
Why?
So, yeah.
Why?
We had Derrick Henry's high school coach on the RotoWire podcast years ago, 4 years ago, say. And what he said was, this guy's going to last until he's like 36. He's going to be the outlier. He's going to be the Tom Brady at his position, because even in high school, he would giving him 48, 50 carries. And the parents would say, dude, this is child abuse. You need to take him out of the game. He goes, okay, you go try to get him out of the game. See what happens. He would choke people, there was no way he was coming out of the game. And he would just give me another. And that's kind of translated, into the twilight part of his career. And yeah, the easy comparison is to say that, and by the way, the logical comparison, if Gus Edwards got 13, I mean, he should be getting 1,300, right? I mean,
yes.
I mean, 1,200, and I would say, let's give a reasonable projection where we would get action on both sides. How many rushing touchdowns in Mike's sportsbook are we setting the line at?
12.
Over
under is going to be 12.
You would take under, right? I mean, that's a high number. I'm going to set it if I set it at 10.5, that's a good number, right?
Because I'm taking 12.
Okay.
I'm taking the over.
You're taking the over. You're taking the over. Because
I think he'll be closer to 15, 16.
Yeah, I mean, that's
by the end of the year.
And what's the upside? 20?
Yeah, he could have. I mean, we saw what Raheem Mostert did with the Dolphins. So granted, a little bit different type offense, but they're going to be in scoring position a lot. They're going to be leaning on people late in games. They're going to have leads. The defense is solid. The offensive line is a question mark, but Lamar makes up for a lot of offensive line problems. One of the reasons I'm so high on Jaden Daniels, where people go, it's Washington's offensive line. It doesn't fucking matter. The guy runs the football. Runs the ball. You can make up for a lot of problems being a highly mobile quarterback like Lamar. So the offense is going to be good enough to have Derrick Henry be definitely a double-digit touchdown threat. And I would say the upside, you look at the end of the year and Derrick Henry had 20 tutties on the year, and you're like, okay, I saw that shit coming.
Let's bring it back to Dynasty, all right? You guys hate buying running backs, right? You won't do it, but you just fell I'm going to make up a hypothetical because there's a lot of people in this situation. You fell just short last year. You love your wide receivers. You got a wide receiver room that's something like A.J. Brown, Chris Olave, and Justin Jefferson. You're loaded, except that damn running back 2 spot. You have Rashad White, but man, you keep rolling Zamir out there. Then you're just garbage. You give the first round pick for Derrick Henry?
Yeah. If I'm a contender, Alan. Yep.
This. Mike is paying a first round pick for a 30-year-old running back. I got him to say yes.
You got it. You got me to say yes on one, and it's going to be Derrick Henry. I'm not doing it for any of these other jabronis, but the ceiling is so high on him, and I think he is so discounted because of what you led that off with. 30 years old, and people go, "Oh, fuck no." Listen, if I'm a contender, though, we get to the midpoint of the season, and Derrick Henry's out there smashing, I give 0 fucks about that first-round pick, Alan. I'm ready to roll. We put Derrick Henry in my lineup instead of trying to rush out, hopefully, what we saw from Rachaad White last year, what you hope Zamir White might be, what you think the backfield split's going to be in Tennessee with Tajay and Tony Pollard. I know what the fucking backfield split's going to be in Baltimore. It's the Derrick Henry show when he's healthy.
All right, I'm going to give you one more hypothetical because not everyone wants to part with their first-round pick. What if you have, I told you, this team, and a lot of teams have like a little excess at wide receiver. What if the guy said, no, I don't want your first-round pick. Give me Rashee Rice. I give you Derrick Henry.
Done deal. Bye.
Okay. Because, Rashee's worth a little more than a first, right?
Yeah, probably to some people. I'm okay like sending them for but to some people, yes. Yep.
Right. Whatever that player is for you. If it's Zay Jones, if it's whoever, like wide receiver 14 or 16 is to you.
How about that, though, on the Kansas City side? We'll transition over there tomorrow night. Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice expectations? Somebody's taking the reins as the number one.
So I have, in all my drafts that I did in the last 2 weeks, I pushed Xavier Worthy into the 5th round. Like, that's where I was taking him. Like, nobody wasn't leaving the draft without him. I saw sometimes the preseason doesn't matter, Mike, but what you saw here is that he was like 3 feet behind everybody, and he was actually running real routes. And I don't watch a lot of college football, right? So I just see what I see in the pros. And I think that sometimes, like, there's a lot of guys that watch a lot of college like you, and you could see what he did from one level to the next. I'm just seeing what I see in the pros here and on YouTube highlights. I'm telling you, Xavier Worthy looks like a player that I want on my fantasy team, that you start every week. You take the lean weeks when they come, because when the big weeks come, it's 4 catches for 80 yards and 2 touchdowns. And it's very rare that you get a guy at 112 in your dynasty rookie draft. I saw him fall to 2-1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, some maniacs took him at 109. I love that. But in my redraft leagues, he wasn't getting out of the 5th round. You're not getting him if I'm in the draft with you.
I love it. I just put out a video about him for like my guy for 2024. One of the 3 that I have out there. Of course, Jaden Daniels is on there. Of course, I'm going to stand for Michael Pittman Jr. against the horde who wants Adonai Mitchell to be the most talented receiver. What? Shut the fuck up. Stay here. There was that dude.
Stay here with Adonai Mitchell for a second. We're all over the place, and I won't pivot too much. But So you're not into Adonai Mitchell? I just took him in a draft over Xavier Legette.
I am delightfully surprised about some concerns that I had about Adonai Mitchell early on. And this preseason, this training camp, it seems like he's actually out there giving full effort. And I think he is a very good receiver. I'm not here for the clown takes about, this rookie's all of a sudden better than Michael Pittman Jr., who they just paid $1 billion to, who had 160 targets last year. And before, I said it in the fucking video, before the horde comes at me and goes, well, that was with Gardner Minshew. Dude averaged over double-digit targets in Anthony Richardson's full games. Like, that's his guy. And just common sense, Alan, you know how football goes. If you're a quarterback, a young one, struggling out there, or trying to learn the game, a 6'5" wide receiver who gets open lightning fast and presents a giant target to throw to is your best friend. Hence, why most rookie quarterbacks love throwing to tight ends. Michael Pittman Jr. is just kind of that extension on the outside. So this is the guy I'm pretty excited about. I'm excited to see what Adonai does, and I'm excited to see if he can overtake Josh Downs as the number 2 target earner in that offense. But I mean, we're a year or 2 away before we even start having these discussions about, he's better than Michael Pittman Jr. Fucking stop it. It's not happening. If they're both healthy, Michael Pittman Jr. is going to smash the shit out of whatever the fuck Adonai finishes.
Do you remember those years that, like, Mike Wallace on the Steelers? You remember, like, where he was just like a good. That's what I'm picturing Adonai Mitchell to be like. Someone like that, where it's going to be hard to like trust him in a 3 receiver in a flex style fantasy league. But if you're in start 12, start 11, and you just throw him in there, you're going to get some big games. But not not that consistent.
You also have some lean weeks. But back to Xavier Worthy,
Yeah.
Alan, you kind of hit it on the point, man. This preseason training camp should have opened people's eyes, and I don't think it's opened enough. You kind of saw this where people are still kind of all over the place with Xavier Worthy, and I don't really like it. I think everybody should be kind of excited and be in on him. Kind of the levels that Brian Thomas Jr. is getting right now, and I don't understand it. Like you said, every time you watch Xavier Worthy at a training camp highlight in the preseason, the dude is open, and he's open by 3-4 yards, and he's running past people. And it's not just because he's fast, it's because he knows how to run routes, and he can run routes without losing an ounce of speed. Like, he makes a post cut, and you're like, I don't think he slowed down at a half a mile per hour. Like, he is gone. And he's playing in an offense with Patrick Mahomes, who's that off-schedule kind of creator. Like, do you want to, if you're a DB, do you want to cover Xavier Worthy for another 2-3 seconds while Patty's scrambling around back there trying to figure out where he's going to chuck the ball next? Like, fuck no, I don't want to do that shit.
How sick are the Bills going to be that they gave this guy to Kansas City?
They should be devastated. Though I like Keon Coleman, but they should be devastated.
Yeah,
Josh Allen and Xavier Worthy could have made some sweet music together as well.
Yeah, I mean, Xavier Worthy couldn't have, like I said, he's obviously a good football player. I mean, the light BMI, the 165 pound, that's a thing, right? Like, if he takes a big hit, he's going to probably not stand up to it as much as someone who's 205 pounds. But, man, could you have asked for a better setup with the quarterback and Andy Reid with him? And by the way, I think you hit on something here. Like, fantasy football is not about like the 6 months of takes that we've had, and it's about reacting when something changes quickly, right? Like, if you can react before everyone else does, then I think that's the edge, because we all have the same information nowadays. Like, I remember, you've been playing fantasy 100 years, where like RotoWire or news site, like where the information was the edge. Like, if you knew who the wide receiver 3 on a team was, you knew more than 10 people in your league. Now it's like, who's on the practice squad. Most people listening to the show do. So it's just reacting quicker is the edge.
Other than my home league, and I still can't win that fucker. I don't know why.
You do for very positive.
I'm not saying I cannot win it since I've started doing any type of fantasy analysis / content creation, whatever the fuck you want to call what this is that I do, which is just get on here, get drunk, talk to my good buddy Alan, and make wild accusations about how great Xavier Worthy is. But since I've started doing that, Alan, I fucking suck at my whole league. And these guys can't even pronounce the names of the players at the draft on Sunday, which we just had, like, correctly. Like, it's I'm sitting there like I have to correct them, like I'm an English teacher, back in middle school.
Like they're saying Bijan Robinson.
Exactly. Chubba Hubbard. Who the fuck's Chubba?
Right. And I mean, but I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that commonly get screwed up. I mean, Achane, Kamara. I mean, but those are not so bad. How do you say that? Speaking of tough names, how do you say the Lions, like, RB4? How do you say his name?
Vaki?
Vaki. But what's
Sione Vaki?
Sione Vaki.
Sione Vaki? Yeah. That one's not bad. It's not as bad as when Albert Okwuegbunam came in.
Okwuegbunam.
Yeah, now it's that. But it was all over the map. Nobody knew how the fuck to say it.
That was.
But I had to like train myself to say like Okwuegbunam or whatever the fuck it was. It was terrible.
Where's Adam on Worthy?
I think he probably still prefers Brian Thomas Jr. That's kind of where we've kind of disagreed, I guess. When Xavier Worthy went to Kansas City, I don't think we were both in the pre-draft process, BTJ over Xavier Worthy, and it was post-draft where I made that. And I say they're in the same tier. I think they're both really good. I think this is the only thing we differ. And we were splitting, what do you call those, pubic hairs? We're splitting Alan's ass hairs at this point on the difference between the two. I don't understand why Brian Thomas Jr. is getting this ridiculous like bump. And he's even in casual leagues, man. My home league, this fucking guy was like a 4th round pick or whatever it was before Xavier Worthy. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why do you hate Patrick Mahomes' brand new shiny toy that can run routes and is lightning fast and just gets open on everybody. I don't understand.
Right.
Instead, you want Trevor Lawrence's number 2 or 3 option. I don't get it.
Well, here's the case for it. And again, I hear you. I hear that as well. And by the way, Kyle Juszczyk, that's a hard name too.
That is a hard check. That's a
hard check.
But hard check.
CJ Fedorowicz. I'm just looking at it.
No, that was easy. I mean, he's an Iowa guy. It's an Iowa tight end.
Right, of course.
He's on the Mount Rushmore of Iowa tight ends.
He's on the Mount Rushmore.
It's the Polish top hat. All right, that was his nickname.
Enough.
The Polish top hat, right? Fedorowicz.
Right. Very clever.
He's Polish.
I like it.
Polish top hat.
That part I got. That part.
CJ Fedorowicz was that dude, man. Also, you could throw Tony Moyaki up there. I mean, a lot. Cool. I just saw a poll where they were going the best Iowa tight end, and Dallas Clark walked away with it. Which, no offense to Dallas Clark, I love Dallas Clark. I mean, that was the OG, the original. But I mean, come on, man. T.J. Hawkinson, Sam Laporta, C.J. Fedorowicz, Tony Moyaki. Come on, what are we doing here?
I mean, I brought up an Iowa tight end. That's like catnip for you, you know. The case with Brian Thomas is that the number one job for Trevor Lawrence, like it's open, right? There's no Xavier Worthy's never going to be the number one wide receiver this year for sure, and they'll probably draft another guy that's a little bit more prototypical, right? Man, Xavier Worthy could be great.
People disrespecting Christian Kirk, huh?
Right, but I'm just saying, I think we all, when Christian Kirk was signed, it was like, okay, he's like the perfect Robin. He's not Batman, right?
Yeah. Fair.
So the number one job is open. And what did Brian Thomas have? 17 touchdowns last year at LSU. Like he profiles as a true number one. So if you're not grinding the tape and doing all this stuff, I think it's easy for someone to come in and say, oh, like if my grandmother looked at Brian Thomas, she's like, oh, that was the higher draft pick, right? Because he just looks like that guy. So it's easier to see him as the Julio Jones, Andre Johnson type, where you look at Xavier Worthy and you're like, okay, that's just like a good player.
I get you.
I mean, I don't believe this, but I'm just saying that is the case.
We got a super chat from Action Jackson. Thank you. I don't have a sounder for that one. I'd probably find a sounder. We got one. You know what? We'll play some BBL Jersey or something. I do what I want on this show. I'm running this motherfucker. I'll play BBL Jersey on super chats. I don't give a shit. Mike, what's up? Please pick 2. Start, sit, Ford, Addison, Monty, Rice. Full PPR, pick 2. We'll do the first part first. Alan, we got to pick 2 out of these. I know he said just Mike, but Alan's here. Alan's that dude. Start, sit, man. This is why I play best ball, Alan. This is the perfect thing. Well, I got like 7 lineup leagues. I think it's fucking like 12 now because of all the charity leagues and stuff that I've done and promotional leagues, Scott Fishbowl, of course. Fuck, I hate start, sit with a passion. But we got pick 2. Ford, Addison, Monty, Rice.
And this is this is just for week 1, right?
Yep, just for week 1.
Yeah, I mean, how do you not start Jerome Ford right now, right? Like, they're playing that
opportunity, Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, Jerome
quarterback with a potential shoulder problem that can't throw past first 15 yards. I think I saw that shit today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Mr. I love Mr. Septembers, right? Like Mr. Septembers are like how I play fantasy. I know it's not, I mean, especially redraft, right? Like my starting running backs in a couple leagues are Hubbard and Ford. But to answer his question directly, I think that Jerome Ford's in your lineup, right? Like if he can't do it in September, he knows that Nick Chubb is coming back. He wants to stay part of this offense. Right. So I think that Ford's got the motivation, the opportunity. Addison's a little dinged up. I need to see it first territory.
Yep,
yeah,
pass on him.
That's David Montgomery, right? I mean,
I would assume so.
Yeah, I'm
DJ.
Right, Rashee Rice. I mean, that's it. Rashee Rice tomorrow night.
Give me Ford and Rice. I'm with you on that one. How about the second one? Pick 2: Deshaun Watson, Stafford, Brissett, Minshew.
But okay, so this is pick 2, like a super flex type of situation.
I assume so. Quarterback in a super flex.
Dude, I love Matt Stafford this year. Like, what's the difference between him and Joe Burrow? Please tell me.
Oh, well, one's old and doesn't have M&M hair. Right,
but I'm saying Stafford has 2 receivers going in the top 20 picks of fantasy drafts.
Yep.
He doesn't run around. It's, to me, they're the same guy. Like if you're in a draft, you want to take Stafford. If you like Burrow, just wait for Stafford. So Stafford's in. He's in.
Yep.
And then, man, you can't start Jacoby Brissett. Like, you just can't. And then Minshew's always fun. So I would go Watson and Stafford.
Watson and Stafford for me too. I expect big things from Watson. I know the shoulder thing is concerning, and I'm monitoring it, but One of the things I said, even last year with Deshaun Watson, I mean, this was a dude who was damn near 20 points per game in his full starts. Like, even if he can't throw the ball worth shit, the dude was moving around enough last year to get you 20 fantasy points on average when he was fully healthy. So
he was, before he went down, he was good, man. He was like getting you 18, 20 points, yeah.
Stafford, easy. Fire Stafford up. I'm not, man, Brissett, not week 1. I'm not doing it. This is just, we're waiting for it to happen. Waiting for him to get benched for Drake May. Like,
it might be a half. Do you remember when Watson?
Could be a half. God love it. Speaking into existence, Alan. And then the last one. He's got a third one here.
Do you remember that though, Mike?
Yes.
By the way, do you remember like Watson? It was Tom Savage they started.
Tom fucking Savage. Rutgers fame. How about that? How many people knew Tom Savage went to Rutgers?
Rutgers in Jersey.
Rutgers in Jersey. They got some good sandwiches out there. All right, last part of his question. Pick 2, JSN, Addison, Kirk. This is easy for me because of Addison's
I mean,
injury.
Certain receivers are in show me territory. He's in. I need to see it first with Addison before I even think about putting him in my lineup.
Yep. There you are, Action Jackson. And he sent another super chat directed just at you. Alan, you the man too. We'll play BBL Jersey for him. Fuck him.
By the way, how's my connection? Is my connection okay?
Oh, you're perfect.
Okay, good.
You're beautiful as always. The palm trees looking great.
I gave you a fresh ass groom for this show.
Fresh ass groom. Man left the room and then put on a new shirt and came back too. So we got a fresh shirt. He's got the top button. What, 2 buttons undone?
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah.
Top 2?
Look, see, I did a little trim here too.
Oh, look
this
at
is
you.
normally a very hairy chest.
I was gonna say, I thought you were a very hairy guy.
I am, but I trimmed. I trimmed my knuckles.
All right.
I hairy knuckles.
Pop quiz.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm a very hairy guy?
Well, I mean, I'm looking at your big beard. I mean, I'd have to say yes. So, but I would say,
but the rest of the body.
I would say you have like that beautiful peach fuzz.
You are right. I do got that beautiful peach fuzz. I don't have a lot of chest hair, man, or arm hair, or it's just balls.
Nice.
And extension of my balls.
You're in this nice light golden beauty. Oh wait, hold on. I was getting turned on. Sorry.
It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here. And Fizzle's excited because he's a big Jerome Ford fan. He his bold take on last Friday night was RB1
overall.
Not overall. And RB1 this year.
Oh, okay. By the way, I have had Fizzle's gonna like this. I have had his music on my Spotify in heavy rotation lately on my bike rides. Like I'm getting deep into the catalog now.
Oh, how deep are you? Because at the expo, Fizz put me on some game that he had way back in the day.
Well,
it's a different Fizz. It is like it's a different Fizz. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, is it like 1980s rap and shit? Like
no, not 1980s, but it's more like what I grew up on.
Yeah, I mean,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, obviously they wrote me off as heavy in rotation. The South Harmon track itself is heavy in the rotation. I mean, I got about 5 that are my go-tos, and then
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
I love this too, man. Action Jackson, he just wants to hear BBL Jersey at this point. That's what I'm convinced. Another super chat. Thanks, Action Jackson. This is the best part of BBL Jersey too, by the way. Just the little flow right here. Oh, it's so good. All right. In a 12x12 best ball, would you keep both Rice and Worthy or move one? He also has a Dunze, BTJ, Pittman, Allen. You're all teeth, my man, but a beautiful man.
What does that mean? I usually know like different.
I don't know. I'm Googling it for you.
I'm Googling it right now. I'm DuckDuckGoing it.
What the fuck's DuckDuckGo?
Oh, you don't know about DuckDuckGo?
Is that like some conspiracy theory? Like,
well, originally, let's see, all teeth. When you're more than one person is smiling so much that all you can see is their teeth, but was all teeth when he hit the royal flush. Because okay, I don't know. When more than one person is smiling so much that all you can see is their teeth. I'm laughing too much, I guess.
That's it. Well, it's AMA with you and me, man. This thing gets fucking off the rails in a hurry. Yeah. I put it in the description that it was going to get wild, just to forewarn people.
Yeah, I didn't take it as an insult.
Cover your kids' ears.
That's all right. What was the original question?
South Harmon After Dark. All right, so he's in a 12x12 best ball. Would he keep both Rice and Worthy, or would he try to move one? So this is obviously probably, Dynasty, redraft. I don't fucking know. Does it matter?
Yeah, I mean, you can't make trades in redraft. Like, it's so hard to make a trade in redraft. Like, you have to have excess running backs, and the other person has to have excess receivers, right? And then it's got to line up perfectly where the running backs where you're giving up a little bit more value in redraft. It just never works out. Obviously, you can almost never trade a quarterback in single quarterback leagues, and then in Superflex, nobody wants to trade a quarterback because it's just there's none. So it has to be running back receiver. But anyway, let's assume this is Dynasty. I have no problem. I mean, listen, remember that year, the Denver Broncos with the Peyton Manning, and he had, it was Demaryius Thomas.
Yep.
Let's go through it.
Don't forget the white wide receiver, man.
Wes Welker.
And then forget the other one.
There was another one, wasn't there?
Eric Decker.
Right?
Out of University of Minnesota.
Oh, yes. Okay, then you could, what was the tight end? Julius Thomas?
Julius Thomas.
Right. And you could have started the running back too, and all. Do you remember Noshawn Moreno?
Mm-hmm.
So you could have started all of those guys,
every
and
single
Peyton
one.
Manning, and had this Chiefs team could be one of those years. So I would not trade either of those guys.
I've heard people say 50 touchdowns for Patrick Mahomes, 5,000 yards this year. Like that is like a realistic expectation for this Chiefs offense. Pacheco's going to eat. Kelsey's going to eat. Maybe Rice and Worthy both eat.
And Kelsey.
I already said him.
You said Kelsey?
Yeah, that was the first one out of my mouth.
Sorry about that. You know what? What was it called? So normally I'm very locked in. My eyes went to fizzle post for a second. So I came back. I missed Kelsey by like 1 second.
I got you.
No, it's terrible. Very bad co-chairing.
You're doing great. You're doing great, buddy.
I'm still stuck on all teeth.
I don't mind if you want to move one of them, and if I was going to move one, it's Rashee Rice for me. But that's just personal bias. If I was going to move one, like if it's Dynasty, give me a first and like some juice piece and a best ball, and you can have Rashee Rice.
Would you add a first to Worthy to get to one of the any receiver you wanted?
Could I add a first to Worthy and get Neighbors?
Oh, sure. You could do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking one of the Jamar Chase guys.
You could try. I don't think anybody's going to take that.
If Worthy has a big game and Chase isn't sitting out anymore.
That is the key though. Like say we come out tomorrow night and Xavier Worthy does have 100 yards and a touchdown, and that touchdown's a splash play where like we're gonna replay it because holy shit, football's back, and X goes crazy and it's fucking all over the place. Look at Xavier Worthy, and I'm on there being obnoxious about like I fucking told you. I told you last night. I told you last week. I told you at the draft Xavier Worthy. Like when I start doing that shit, yeah, attach your first Xavier Worthy. Go see if you can get Jamar Chase because he might not play week 1. He's holding out.
You mentioned Neighbors, though. You really think like this time next year, we're talking about him in the big 3?
In the elite.
And it becomes the big 4?
In the elite. Yep.
Okay.
I think we're going to do it already. Like he's going to flirt with it. He's kind of going to be a better version of what Garrett Wilson has been so far, where we're like, okay, we can see it. Or Drake London. We're going to see a better version of that already this year. And then next year when they end up with Shedeur Sanders or Carson Beck or Quinn Ewers or whoever the fuck the quarterback they take in the first round is.
I was thinking they were going to have Dak Prescott.
Oh, man. I don't know how Fizz would feel about that one. I think he's okay with him going to the Raiders. That's his prediction. If he went to the Giants, oh, shit.
You can see it, though, right?
I could see it. Just there's a lot of interdivision fuckery with that division, right? Donovan McNabb going to the Washington Redskins on a trade. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Mm-hmm. We're sending one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever had to a division rival. He died there.
Well, isn't he unrestricted? Can't he do whatever he wants next year?
I believe so. I believe he can do whatever the fuck he feels like. So I could see it. Dak in New York. That'd be fun.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be fun.
Or
How about this, man? Another one. Action Jackson. Shout out to Fizz. Beat on the intro. Touches his soul. Fizz is a goat. Fizz is a goat. I'm still waiting for Fizz to like rap over BBL Jersey. Like, can we get some Fizzle bars to BBL Jersey? Can I get the full thing?
I mean, that intro is podcast legend at this point. The South Harmon intro.
Might as well just leave this fucking playing. Action Jackson just doesn't want us to go away. It was a compliment, Alan, about you being all teeth. Keep being you, man. You should be on a poster in the dentist office. Keeping Dak, Kyler, and Herbert in a 2 QB league or move one.
Don't act like you don't know me.
Ooh. This is like the thing of beauty right here. I love like this kind of like elite quarterback horde. Well, you don't have to have 5 or 6. You get 3 that people really, really want.
Yeah, but it's a start 2 QB, so you need 3. You can't not have 3. It's not super flex.
Well, I'm assuming it's not best ball, so if it's not best ball, I am definitely moving one of these guys and getting a shittier third quarterback with the job.
Okay. So will you take Russell Wilson in something like that shitty?
Yep. Derek Carr in something. Daniel Jones in something.
The problem with Derek Carr and
something's got to be good.
Something's got to be good. But I'm saying the Russell Wilson and Derek Carr have a very similar problem this year. They're going to get down to like the 5-yard line, and wait, in comes Justin Fields to take the snap on the 5-yard line. In comes Taysom Hill for the Saints when Hanson's going on the red zone. Like you can see it, right? Like Russell Wilson is in the whole drive, and then in comes some wildcat cockamamie business for Justin Fields.
I'm trading one, and the one I'm trading is Justin Herbert. It's not Dak or Kyler. Me personally.
Which one do you think has the most market value?
Herbert between
more than
people.
Kyler.
Yes, people have been real slow on the Kyler train. I thought he was going to be higher on the old Keep Trade Cut. I like to say our friends at Keep Trade Cut. And then I see that they partner with player profilers, so I guess I can't call them our friends anymore. They're player profilers friends.
Can they partner with you too?
Maybe they could. I've made fun of them so much in the past.
Player profiler or
No. Keep Trade Cut. Keep Trade Cut. I made fun of them so much in the past that they probably I'm on like a blacklist. No.
You guys talk about them so much. You guys keep their name alive in your community.
That's what we're promoting it all the time.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got a trade offer, so I wanna give you guys a super chat when you're done with this one because I have a question.
You don't need a super chat. You just butt right in.
All right. Well,
did we answer these guys? If I'm moving one. I'm moving a Herbert for like a Russell Wilson and a really, really good receiver. You're not going to get an elite one, but could I get a Drake London? Could I get a?
Would you do it for Addison? Addison in a QB you like?
No.
Zay Flowers in a QB you like?
Now you might have my attention.
All right.
You might. I'm a Zay fan though.
Well, that's
if you're a JSN type.
Oh, that's a good one.
Xavier Worthy, and since we keep talking about Xavier Worthy.
Yeah, we obviously value him pretty high. Like I haven't like looked over my rankings, but I'm sure I can get Xavier if I push Xavier Worthy. I can get him up to like wide receiver 15, 14.
Because it's a 2 QB league, quarterback scarcity is a real thing though. So you can definitely leverage that higher if you want. T. Higgins and a quarterback with a job.
How about Sam Darnold back?
Oh, it's got to be a really good receiver then. Give me a wide receiver one. Give me Devontae Smith.
Okay.
Smitty and Sam Darnold. And make you toss in like a third just to be a dick and tax you.
That's fair, man. Very fair.
We get something to build the team out.
I'm not
something I'm going to start every single week.
Yeah, I wouldn't trade any of these. My opinion is you got 3 guys that are like, you never have to worry about this position. And like I said, I'm not out there making the offer. Someone's got to come to me and just like blow me away because I'm not putting in the work. Just
everybody loves to get blown away.
Yeah. Or just
blown.
Give me the Godfather offer, an offer you can't refuse, right?
All right. Before I get to the rest of these super chats from Action Jackson, who just keeps hammering them, I think he's up to like $9,000 at this point. What's your trade offer? Let's talk about it.
Mine? Yeah, it's from your favorite guy, Stopa.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Mark?
Yeah. So I figured I'd say it for this. So he just sent me an offer where he wants Josh Allen from me.
All right. What's the tax? Dynasty League, obviously.
Yeah. This is Dynasty League, all bells. It's like a Kevin Bach style league, with all
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
shout out K-Bach.
Yeah. Yep. So I would get back Anthony Richardson and his first.
How's his team?
I mean, he's a Final Four team, and Josh Allen probably makes him a Final Two team. So it's like it's 10, 11, or 12.
How's your team?
I think I was 10 last year.
10th,
like
10th place.
Yeah, no. Meaning I picked 10.
Pick 10.
Like I got into the Final Four.
Okay. Lineup or best ball?
This is lineup. This is deep, super deep. Start 11. You have 3 receivers, 3 flex.
Lineup, I tax him a little more.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Lineup, I tax him a little more.
That's really where I was going to. Like Josh Allen, by the way, 28. When we look at that player card next year in the offseason, it's going to say 29 on it.
Mm-hmm. Getting up there, ain't he?
Yeah. And Anthony Richardson, I love him, and I think he's going to be great for fantasy. But, man, let's face it. Is there a 20% chance he's a complete bust?
There is. There is.
Would you get on an airplane? Would you get on an airplane that had a 20% chance to crash?
No.
Neither would I. Imagine
No,
2 out of every 10 airplanes was falling out of the sky.
Not if I was already on an airplane that has like a 0% chance to crash in Josh Allen.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
And it's like the old Concorde where it's like lightning fast. It's like the creme de la creme. It can get you to London in 2 hours.
That's crazy that you know about the Concorde. That's before your time.
It is not before my time. I'm an old fuck out.
You're 35 years old?
No, I have a birthday
33?
I have a birthday next month.
33?
Higher.
38.
There you go. I will be turning 38 next month.
That's still too young for the Concorde.
It is not too young.
For the Concorde? The Concorde went out of business in the 70s.
Come on, man. I know all about airplanes. I'm like a nerd like that. Like
there you go.
I love airplanes. Love jets.
So what is the tax then? Another player?
Yeah, I would try ideally to do a player if you're in that position. You could do just a pick, like let me get your second 2 or something like that, but I would actually be going for more of a player. Let me get something that I could possibly slide into a flex.
I mean, is J.K. Dobbins, is that too little?
That is too disgusting.
George Pickens?
There you go. You could ask for that. Pickens, your first and A-Rich.
Is Khalil Shakir too little?
Yeah.
And I'll leave this alone. Okay.
Not
so
enough.
It's Pickens, a first, and A-Rich. We're doing this.
Easily. Okay. Smash that one.
All
that
right.
would be an absolute smash. Now, you could go even less than Pickens if he had something.
I don't want. This is the show for the people. I don't want to take up too much of the time, but I think that
man.
was
This is a show for me to hang out with Alan and stare at the beautiful teeth, palm trees.
The palm trees are disturbing you or no?
No, they don't disturb me. They actually get me aroused.
Yeah, look, and I got one behind me too. See, and look, and the picture on the wall too is a palm tree. I'm not bullshitting. Right here,
you definitely at some point in your life are gonna have a very tasteful, large nude photograph of like a woman in your house somewhere. Like
I thought you meant me.
Oh, that too.
Listen, I'm a lifelong New Yorker. I moved to Florida about 10 years ago. I'm totally embracing the whole Florida thing.
So that brings me to my grandfather. I hadn't been in my grandfather's bedroom in forever, like a long time. And I go down there as an adult, a few years back. And I'm helping him move something out of his bedroom. And I just happen to look up to this gigantic portrait of a naked woman just like hanging over his bed. And I'm like, what the
But
fuck?
like what type of naked woman? Like from the 40s?
Nope. More modern. Probably like 80s. Yeah.
So it's like teased hair.
Yep. Like kind of done up, little baby perm.
The Christy Brinkley.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was very tasteful.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking like 85-inch breasts. You know what I mean?
That was
it was huge.
Yeah.
It was
like 2 basketballs on her chest.
It was bigger than my head because the photo was so large.
Dude,
the painting.
Everyone probably has a grandfather. Like I found like my grandfather's Playboys. It was very disturbing. It wasn't even Playboys. He had some fucked up like French magazine that was like,
ooh la la.
Yeah, it was called Oui, but it was
Oui.
L-U-I, Oui. So it means yes.
Another super chat. The neighbor's owner won't move him. He's tried hard. Unfortunate. How about this one? To clarify, all my questions are for Dynasty leagues.
Yeah.
Action's not fucking around. And he just want to hear BB Electricity. That's it. That's it.
Actually, Jackson, I feel like he's at the strip club right now, throwing the...
I feel bad for Harry Snowman, too. Like, he comes for actionable advice. We get so off the rails.
I want to know what Harry Snowman looks like. I see him, obviously, in a lot of...
bet he's hairy.
You think? Well, maybe that... Oh, that's why he's disturbed by the beginning.
That's why.
Because there was a lot of de-hairing talk, and he likes hair.
Promo code SHFF20. Manscaped will help you. I did start a few questions. I haven't been a terrible host. For all you people out there not named Action Jets and sending Super Jets. 14-team Superflex, how are we valuing Levis as QB3 behind Lamar and Jaden Daniels? That's the perfect kind of QB3 that I want in a Superflex league. A lineup Superflex league. But that'd be fine in a best ball, too. I wouldn't mind Will Levis. What do you think about old Will this year, Alan? In, out?
I mean,
intrigued.
He's got almost no benching risk. You know, like, I mean, it's there a little bit. Mason Rudolph is the type of guy that if things go completely south, or if they're like 4-5, and Levis had a 3 interception game, so I guess there is a little benching risk. But I mean, all Levis has to do is be solid, right? And he's got a job. I mean, the upside is, I don't know where you were when he came out, but we already saw the upside, which is amazing. It's also a blessing and a curse, right? Like, it's the Kadarius Toney thing, where we saw the upside and then it just never got there again. It was the first hit of cocaine. You just never you know what I'm saying? It's never good after that. But man, I think Levis could, be a perennial, like, he could be Jameis Winston style quarterback for fantasy.
I can get behind that one, man. I don't mind Will Levis this year. I'm very intrigued by him. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, when he's fully healthy and ready to roll. Tajay Spears, Tony Pollard, 2 dynamic pass-catching backs, and whatever the fuck Chigukwonkwo is at this point. And Tyler Boyd's a real solid number 3 wide receiver, a real security blanket.
Any credence or believability that Wiley is the what's the backup tight end's name, that he could take the job? Is that how you say his name?
No, what the fuck is that guy's name? I had him on.
Is it not Jared Wiley?
Rosters.
That's not his name.
No, Jared Wiley's the backup in Kansas City.
Kansas City, okay.
Yep, from TCU.
Let's see. I got it. Titans.
He had some moments last year too, and I had him on deep Dynasty rosters. What the fuck?
Right, and I think he also had some good pub over. Let's see, I got it right here. It's Josh Wiley.
Josh Wiley.
The
other J.
Yeah. But he's listed as the co-starter on the Titans depth chart, just so you know.
Co-starter.
You know how, like, they have first team, second team, third?
Yep.
It's both of their names as the starters.
Get the fuck out of here, Alan.
So that's like, when you talk about like stashes, I've been picked. He's available in your Dynasty League, I guarantee you. So,
definitely.
Yeah. And in any sort of premium format, like, who the hell is Chigukwonkwo, right? He was someone that we liked a couple of years ago, so he's a good end of the bench stash.
I can get behind that one. How about this one? Would you trade Kyler and Olave for Josh Allen? 12-team, start 10, 6-point passing touchdowns. He has a young team that's borderline ready to compete, just missing running back.
That's a fair trade right there. I mean, that's the trade I want when I'm giving away Josh Allen.
When you're talking about trading away, that's a smash for you, ain't it? Like, you're good on that?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that will tell you that that's a bad trade. Like, you should hold on to that Josh Allen. But man, if Josh Allen's going to be good this year, he's going to have to basically do it by himself, right?
I think my only question mark would be, if I send away Olave, what is my replacement in the starting lineup for Olave? Right? If I'm going down to a Jordan Addison type as my other starting wide receiver in a start 10, a hard pass. And maybe that's just because I believe enough in Kyler this year. He's got Marv, he's got Trey McBride, James Conner, and hopefully we'll get to see some Trey Benson action at some point this year. So
I made a bad trade like that, like not like this, like similar, where I thought Justin Fields at one point, like everyone thought that was like the next elite level quarterback, and I gave away Mike Evans, a first, and Jacoby Myers. At the time, it seemed like a good deal, but now I'm like in that same league. I have a dead quarterback, and I'm starting like Curtis Samuel as like my wide receiver too. Mm-hmm. So it's what you just said is the important part. What's the replacement? I got so excited to get Fields, I forgot about the rest of my lineup.
Forgot about the rest of them, right? I think Josh Allen's very good. If this was instead Kyler, let's say it was Justin Herbert, I'd say smash the shit out of that.
Wow. Okay, so if he likes
Or
Kyler
Tua.
ahead of Herbert, then it's an easy smash for him.
Yeah. Yep. What about this one? Is Jamar Chase going to play in week 1?
Yes.
Yeah, you say he was out in the field today, allegedly. Right. I saw a sleeper alert.
Yeah. Could it be one of those things where like he suits up and gets like 3 snaps?
Oh, that'd kick you right in the teeth, wouldn't it? Just, well, he's there. He's playing. They said he's going. He's going to start. And then he plays 3 snaps and just...
That's happened many times in fantasy.
Yeah, his teammate does it all the time.
Very good.
I still defend him. But he does it all the time.
Very good.
Fucking
that was
asshole.
a good call. Keenan Allen, that happened to a couple times, right?
That's true.
I mean, yeah.
All right, what about this one? Am I tripping? How valuable are tight ends in a 12-team? Start 12, 2 tight end, 1.5 tight end premium. Dude wants BTJ, my first, my second, my future second for Brock Bowers. That dude is tripping. There is no fucking way I do that.
He can want anything he wants.
I will say this. BTJ for Brock Bowers in that format, 2 tight ends, 1.5 tight end premium. If you prefer Brock Bowers to Brian Thomas Jr., by all means, go ahead. There's no fucking way I'm adding anything onto that.
What if it was 2-0 tight end premium and start 2? Would that change your mind?
I'd add a second, maybe.
I'm saying you wouldn't do this exact deal.
There is no fucking way in hell. That could be a 7-point tight end premium, and you can still lick my taint if you think I'm sending you Brian Thomas Jr. a first and a second. And another second. Yeah.
Just to give you some perspective, like in 2-0 tight end premium last year, David Njoku had more points than CJ Stroud. Something to think about.
Ooh, he's pulling a little hot one here. Here's a great thing that I love about it. I could plug that into Warp. I could use the Warp tool. SouthHarmonFF.com. Go get you the Warp tool. By the way, I believe it's still on sale. Maybe till tomorrow. I think I got a graphic for it somewhere.
Is there any chance there's anyone new here that may not know what the Warp tool is? Like if you were explaining it to my grandmother, how would you explain it to them?
I would say it's the perfect way to cut through all the bullshit. You can ask us all the questions in the world, but until you plug it into the Warp tool and actually know how valuable each position is relative to your league scoring, your league settings, your individual league, most people are just talking shit. Boom.
That's fair.
You like that one?
I do. My grandma was impressed.
Thanks, Grandma.
I mean, if you can't, that's how I test out like technology. I try to teach it to like my mom. Like if my 80-year-old mother can understand it, I know I could, like other people could understand it.
Yeah. How about this one? Don't be a tradeaholic. Don't just trade to trade. Trade with an objective and a plan. And don't be afraid to not trade. We'll put that shit on a t-shirt.
That's deep, man. That's deep. That hit me hard.
Surprisingly reasonable. I'm assuming that's in regards to a quarterback trade because every time Slim No wants a fucking quarterback for me, it's like I'll take 7 firsts.
He's an active trader. I'm in leagues with him.
Oh, Penrose is terrified of A-Rich. What do you think?
If you're not terrified, then you're not thinking rationally. Like he's dating a stripper. He's dating a stripper. No. Meaning like he is the equivalent if you're dating a stripper.
Hey man.
Drafting A-Rich. Not A-Rich is dating a stripper. He's the equivalent is if you're dating a stripper, like it could go wrong at any moment.
I happen to like a few of them.
Me too. But point is that it could be the best, but it could be catastrophic.
Fizz, cover your ears.
Why was he a stripper?
No,
okay.
Fizz is not a stripper.
Fizz is not
a stripper.
No. He isn't the Thunder Down Under?
No.
What?
How about this one? Is the George Costanza post incoming? You could pull that off, Alan.
What,
Did you ever think about doing that for a thumbnail?
Costanza?
Yeah.
I mean, look, who doesn't love that character? It's a Jewish guy from New York. I mean, there's a lot of similarities there.
By the way, I have to say, like, I didn't get to see you at the expo. You had other things that you had to do at the time. So I was very, very sad. But I was thoroughly impressed, man. You were all over my timeline there when you were in Vegas, just interviewing the who's of everybody. Look at you, man. You look good, too. Like, you looked really good. I mean, you were next to some beautiful people. I'm like, look at Alan.
Well, I look worse.
Look at that guy.
Yeah, just to give first of all, thank you. That's generous of you. But that's they wanted us to go out there and just start doing podcasts. I was like, let the other guys do podcasts. I do it all the time. Let me get the microphone, do the man on the street stuff, and just talk to people. So good. I'm glad you like that.
Dude, I love it. And I think I said it on I did Eric's pod, comes out tomorrow, but I said it on Eric's pod how I want to next year. I'm sending a representative of South Harmon to Vegas for that event. I'm gonna go out.
Yes.
By representative, I mean myself. I'm paid.
Yes. Yes. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna need somebody to run the camera for me though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm telling you, that is a. So all I did was I bought this amazing the viral tripod. You stick it down, and then it also has a handle on it. You don't even and then all of that was done in editing. Because those interviews look fast, but it's all just because I cut them up.
That's beautiful, man. You did a fantastic job out there.
Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely great, man. Been a while since Harry Snowman was actually a Harry Snowman. He used to live in Chicago, moved to Florida 20 years ago, and I also fully embraced the lifestyle.
Which lifestyle is that?
I'm interested in that part as well. That was my follow-up question.
Upside down pineapple?
Oh,
you know
Alan,
about that.
Yeah, I do. I went on a cruise last year with my father. Did a little research beforehand. I did not see any upside down pineapples on the cruise ship, but there was a couple. Listen, I got to tell you this story. I got to tell you. I mean, it's you. We got 169 people watching this fucking thing. I got to tell you this story. So we go on this cruise ship, right? One of these times, so it's a Dolphins fan cruise. One of the first nights, there's this big autograph signing, bunch of the legends. Back here, actually, just get the finger right there. That photo that you can just barely make out because this camera's so awesome you can't see the shit in the background. That night, there's an autograph signing with all these Dolphin legends. Okay, so we're all standing in line waiting to go. There is this beautiful woman standing there, and she's like chatting me up, right? And she's like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? Like, why are you talking to me? I'm just a hairy fat dude from Iowa. So she's standing there, she's chatting me up. Her boyfriend / husband is standing right next to him. Right next to her. And then he starts chatting me up. And that one I understood because we're both, football fans. So we're bullshitting about stuff. Every fucking time that I seen them on the boat, they always wanted to do something with just me. Just me. Hey, we're going to go to the bar and get drinks. Come along. We're going to this, Broadway type show thing. Need you to come. The second, or I think it was the second to last night, they're like, it's fucking 2 a.m. We're done drinking at the casino. They're like, hey, we got more shit up in the room. Come on. So I'm back up in this room with this. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's absolutely gorgeous. And this dude, he ain't bad looking either. All right, if I must say.
Did you blow the guy? Is that what this is going? Is that what's going in? Is that where we're going here?
Let's just say this whole time I'm getting really weird vibes about how this whole thing is going down. So I come up with this big excuse, I gotta go. I'm not feeling the greatest. I gotta go back to my room because shit was getting a little weird. And I'm like, am I about to no?
Be in a 3-way with a man. By the way, no judgments.
No judgments.
Yep. So that's the first time Mike blew somebody. I got it. I understand. I mean, what would you do if the guy said to you, I want you to have sex with my girl right there while I'd sit there and diddle?
I don't know. I don't know.
You have done it.
Baby, my answer live on air is no.
The answer is definitely yes.
I feel pressured.
Yeah.
I feel pressured. Maybe it's just my personality, right? That's what gets them. Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Sure.
How long ago was this? 5 years ago? 2 years ago?
No, this is just last year in April. May. It was after the draft. Yep.
Wow.
May.
Yeah. Wow. Now I got something to fantasize about tonight.
You did. just my big hairy ass blowing a dude.
Your golden peach fuzz
while plowing his wife, smoking a hot wife. By the way,
that's the most important part.
So it's okay.
Yep. Has anyone ever been canceled off YouTube before? I think it's going to happen tonight, right?
We try. 280 fucking people. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I just retweeted it from RotoWire.
You are an animal.
I didn't know.
Do you want to get canceled off RotoWire? Is that
Listen, if it hasn't happened yet, I'm rolling. Yeah, the one thing we got like a note, not from necessarily from people I work for. I'll just say that. Okay, I don't want to name any names, but they just specifically said, and I get it. They don't want us talking about anything that's going on with with November 4th or whatever that date is.
Oh,
when
I
people
don't
are
give
voting.
a fuck about that date.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like they said, they don't want us.
Who's playing? Who's playing that day? Like
right, exactly.
What's the big game?
Yeah. And by the way, I understand that, the stick to sports crowd. Like I totally get that. But they never said anything about three-ways.
Upside down Pat.
Yeah.
Never said anything about Mike possibly blowing a dude.
Right, exactly.
While simultaneously plowing his 6 foot smoking hot wife.
She was 6 foot. She was Amazon?
She was a tall drink of water.
What's the tallest woman you ever been with?
Ooh, man, probably only like 5'6", to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a few though, like as I got older, especially like high school, girls I went to high school with, that I'm like, once you understand a little bit, once you get a little bit older, you're like, damn, she was really into me, and I just never gave her the time of day.
Yeah.
And then they turn out to be just goddesses. Just
you're
like,
thinking of someone
stalk
specific.
their Instagram. I went to school with her.
You're thinking of someone specific right now, aren't you?
Yeah, there's definitely a specific one in mind. Lives in the Chicago area. No offense, it's about 3 hours away.
She's in the chat.
Yeah, I wish.
Yep.
I wish. Bizzle's losing it. Harry Snowman's spider sense is tingling.
That's what he called it. That's not code for anything.
No. But Harry Snowman is probably talking about me. My spidey sense was tingling. I was like, something is not right here. This feels very strange, and I need to exit stage left immediately before bad things happen that I can't take back. Lots of vodka was involved, by the way, Alan. So
yeah. Oh well, of course. Is that so? Vodka is your drink of choice. That's what you like
every time.
Yeah.
And by the way, I found a great one, man. Shout out to the Expo T-Rock. That dude out there, he brought this vodka from Columbus called Oyo, O-Y-O. I'm not shitting you, Alan. It is the greatest alcoholic drink I've ever had in my entire life.
It's just straight vodka, right? Just normal vodka.
It was a vanilla bean vodka. The smoothest alcohol you'll ever drink in your life.
Okay.
You never know it's 80 proof until you're, thrown up in the toilet somewhere.
Yeah, I alternate back, and again, not to bore anyone, but I like vodka with a little bit of soda, or I do Jack and a little Diet Coke is my thing.
Fizz about to turn his phone off and throw it across the street. That's a good idea.
Why is that? Oh, he doesn't like the gay talk?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Okay. I'm telling you, he's getting Fizzle's getting turned on. He's realizing
he's probably upset with all the bad decisions that I've made.
Yeah. Those seem like good decisions to me.
How about this from Jim? Yeah. Thoughts on Curtis Samuel? I think he kills it with Allen. What do you think about Curtis?
Man, I know. You remember like early on in draft season, for those who followed all year round, and I assume anyone watching this channel does, like Curtis Samuel was like, people were like shoving each other out of the way to draft him, right? Startups, when someone drafted him, they would victory lap, they'd high five, and then just like it cooled on him, right? And it had nothing to do with Keon Coleman. Maybe it has to do more with Khalil Shakir, right? I don't know. But
yeah,
if Josh Allen is Josh Allen, theoretically, 3 receivers could eat. And I think that we forget Dalton Kincaid really is just a receiver in tight end's clothing. Is that fair?
There you go. Yeah. Move tight end if there ever was a move tight end.
Yeah. I mean, he's like the modern day. I'm not saying he's, we'll see what happens. So I'm not like pumped about Curtis Samuel because we have like 6 years of him already. So, but I think he could be a useful player, especially in best ball. I think one of that Slenmo got, he stole Curtis Samuel from me last year. I regret not having him. So he could be good. It's just like his best weeks will probably come on your bench. No consistency in my judgment.
What are your thoughts on that league? Right? You, me, Slemno, K-Bach. We're in that league. Dynasty Best Ball, LOL.
Yeah.
Defending champ, by the way, just so you guys know. Defending champ.
Yeah, no, you talk just by watching you last year. I learned a lot about how to play best ball. Like I thought I knew, but Dynasty Best Ball, it's a little different game. I didn't, I know you talk about the tiering down stuff, but I made a couple mistakes I wouldn't have made. So yeah, I mean that league, I My team got worse, not better. I can tell you that, but I'm still a top 4, top 5 team.
I do believe somebody this year other than me is going to win this league.
Well, I mean, of course, you always take the field, right? Tiger versus the field.
We'll take the field. I think you got a very good squad. Definitely our boy Deep Sea. We haven't seen him in a while, so I hope he's
that's
okay.
It was Deep Sea.
Deep Sea. He was in the competition with me. He was always talking shit in the chat about how he's going to beat me, and inevitably he got gaped in the finals because it was, I'm like Thanos sometimes. When I get in that mode, like Thanos.
You walked through. You had a strut in that league from beginning to end.
Yeah,
you knew you had a plan. Good. It was clear that you were the most experienced basketball player in that league. It was very clear.
It's a different beast, though, right? Like,
yes,
it definitely is versus lineup, right?
Right, because I played another best ball, but I was playing with other best ball guys that didn't have like the A+ acumen, that had the B+ acumen. So
gotcha.
It's like I got to feel the speed of that now. So
I went into that my first year in best ball. Alan, with kind of that same mindset where it's just fancy lineup. That's all it is. Like, same principles apply. And no, it's a completely different game. But listen, I think you got a very good squad in there. I'm hurting at the quarterback position, and there's not a lot of ways to shirt up when you push everything last year to win the championship. So we'll see how it goes. But you saw that. Like, when you get to the playoffs and Justin Herbert's hurt, I'm like, fuck it. Who wants Justin Herbert? Get him off my team. I'm going for a title. So
you and I made a trade, didn't we? We did the Anthony.
We did.
For Kyler trade.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. So it'll be good. Harry Snowman says he's a short guy, so tall women are like riding in a Lincoln Continental. He prefers sports cars.
Fair enough.
I prefer any woman.
We are the same size when we're laying down. All the same height.
About 8 inches.
That's right. Well, that's not 8 inches, what you just showed right there on the screen.
I tell my wife all the time that's 8 inches.
By the way, you mentioned Eric Vanek before. He did a podcast the other day. I thought it was so good. The one he did with Scott where they go through every
depth
roster.
Chart porn.
Oh man, that is really good. And and Scott's great. We all know Scott's great, but Eric really is like the cherry on top. The little whipped cream. Like he makes it. He makes it. I heard him. That's the first time I heard Eric. Was when him and I think Adam may have done that last year. I don't remember. But I heard Eric on a podcast do that like a couple years ago, and that's how I discovered him. I mean, that is like signature podcast right there. Awesome.
Eric is my go-to guy for that kind of show where you want to go the deep dive into the bottom dwellers of the roster that nobody else is thinking about, which is also why Eric does such a good job on our waiver wire show, because Eric gets into the weeds. Man, yeah. Eric gets into the weeds, and he does all the dirty work that I don't fucking care to do. Like, I don't want to know who the fourth running back on the Buffalo Bills is this year.
Dude, because of those guys, like I'm picking up Ty Johnson. Yeah, Ty Johnson and Frank Gore Jr. Like, there was at least 3 guys on that show, and I know everybody. I'm telling you, I know everybody. There was 3 guys they mentioned on that show that I did not know. So I guess I don't know everybody. And I picked them up, and like I feel like I have good guys, and they'll probably never do anything, but at least it was for a moment. I felt
Eric's track record is pretty good, man. I remember his Jalen Warren takes in Jalen Warren's rookie year, where he was absurd, obscene. Nobody gave a fuck who the hell Jalen Warren was. Eric was on him before anybody else. Eric last year was on Jaleel McLaughlin before anybody else was, and now this is the darling breakout that's going to happen, right? Like, this is the kind of thing. Eric finds this shit. I don't know how, but Eric's got the magic touch when it comes to those.
I'm paranoid about doing a podcast that's longer than 45 minutes about just the audience and this, that. These guys do 3 hours, and I'm listening to every single minute of it.
I think last year they had to break it down into 2 3-hour episodes, right? They spent 3 hours on the AFC. They spent 3 hours on the NFC. So,
no, it was awesome.
Fizzle is not wrong here. He brought some brown vodka to the expo. So, Alan, it was cognac-infused vodka.
Better than vanilla bean, whatever you said. That I was like, ugh, that's disgusting.
No, trust me, the vanilla bean is chef's
but
kiss. This one was pretty good too.
Okay.
This is the kind of one where everybody took a shot of it because we're like, what the fuck is this? And everybody like takes it, and you get that face right away when you get that liquor. You're like, and then the finish was everybody made the same kind of expression at the end where they went, oh, that's a good sign.
Yep,
it's a good sign. How about this from Bugrat says, can we drop CEH in best ball, or is that short-sighted?
I don't. He wasn't good before the PTSD, right?
He wasn't good before the PTSD. See ya.
Yeah. CEH ya. See ya.
Yeah, CEH, Elijah Mitchell, AJ Dillon. Get the fuck off my best ball team.
I mean, it all depends on what's on your. Like, would you take Khalif Raymond over him?
Yeah, because he's got a chance to score points.
All right, Marcus Valdes-Scantling.
Yep.
Okay, because this is what's on waiver wires right now, right?
Ty Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ty Johnson plays.
There you go.
Dalvin Cook.
All
right, here's one for you. Leonard Fournette, no team.
No, thank you.
Kareem Hunt, probably first man off the couch.
No, thank you.
Zach Evans.
No.
But I'm saying, this is the choices. So if there's not somebody with a job, if there's not a Mac Hollins on your waiver wire, then those guys you could swap out for, but not. Why don't you like Kareem Hunt or any of these jobless guys? You don't think any of them will get a call this year?
Best ball leagues, they're zeros right now.
Right. Best ball. That's the difference.
You can pick them back up off waivers when they do get a job for $1.
You're right.
How about this one? Corey, I told you he's a content maven now. What's that dude? Vanilla Bean Oil, number 1. Devil's Forge, by the way, shout out to his boy. I ordered 4 bottles of this Devil's Forge at Alan. It is a much better version of Fireball. Smooth as shit. So I ordered 4 bottles of this shit, and I'm going to hammer it out one night. And then he said there's 50 feet of dog shit and then the cognac vodka. He wasn't a fan of the cognac.
These are the type of sponsors you should be trying to get for the show.
Hey, yeah, shout out to your boy. Does he want to sponsor this show? Can I get a Devil's Forge sponsorship? Oyo, are you listening?
Seriously, if you guys drink, because you guys drink on the show, right? You and Adam.
Every time.
Right. If you were drinking a branded bottle or whatever this is, I mean, that's worth something. I'm not saying it's like he's got to give you thousands of dollars, but there's something you can work out there.
Oh, stop it, T-Rock. This is why I want to get you to the expo, to the shithouse, Alan, is just so you can enjoy T-Rock's cooking. So shout out to my guy. Not only does he write incredible articles, he is a fabulous friend, but his cooking, I tell you, it makes me want to leave my wife. Baby, why can't you do this?
I saw a video that Adam put together. It was really well edited. So shout out to Adam. And I think I saw T-Rock on there. Yeah, I saw T-Rock on there cooking. There was a clip of him cooking. I think it was him.
Yep, definitely.
So I felt
we only allow one person in that kitchen to do the cooking. It's T-Rock.
Yeah, so I'm saying is that experience, that video that Adam put together made me feel like I was part of it.
Love this for Slim. You can tell Slim is in this league with us. It's almost deep sea shit talking season.
Yeah, that guy's off the rails, right? Let's see.
Oh, Mike, I want more waiver dollars in the C2C. I'm limiting his fun. Alan, so in this, I've been working on C2C leagues like waivers, right? Trying to make it the most hands-off possible because, no offense, Fantrax, I appreciate that you have it. Sleeper refuses to fucking acknowledge me and get C2C leagues on their platform.
I have some feedback for you for your constant tagging them. I actually have they have a list of things to put on in production, right?
Yep.
And until Sleeper's not going to be first to market with C2C, they'll do it once they see the popularity goes. So it's got to grow in popularity before they put resources behind it. Because I've heard a couple interviews with the CEO from Sleeper, and remember that's just a social media site that happens to play fantasy football on it. Obviously, they're not making any money from fantasy football, so they're making the money from the pick'ems, right? And they're making money maybe from if you deposit money there, with their survivor leagues. But right now, they don't make a dime on these leagues. So to put all these resources behind C2C, it's not that they don't think it would be popular, but what's the money? How can they make a profit from them is probably what they're trying to figure out. Because I see you tagging them. It's a good idea.
They already implemented college pick'ems, that kind of thing, with player stats. It's already tracked, right? Over-unders. Kind of
they can make money on it.
Because they can make money on it. The framework's there. They're just being dicks.
I mean, what do you think the reason is that they won't do it?
they have this antiquated view that college football is not popular enough or won't capture a big market. Yet I've seen them do in the past League of Legends fantasy football leagues. They do fantasy basketball, which no one gives a fuck about. They do all kinds of like crazy. NCAA tournament is a big one for them, so I understand that probably does capture a big market. But I don't think they realize how much the college game has grown in popularity and demand, and how much more Devy and C2C is taking over the space, or just in general college fantasy football. Like that in itself is a thing, right? Like people aren't even playing C2C on the NFL side; they're playing just pure college fantasy leagues. So if you're gonna do all these other fucking dog shit ones, why not the second biggest sport in the United States? The NFL is clear and away the biggest one, but the college football, number 2.
Your counter is if you build it, they will come.
There you go. Because it's so easy to use. Their website is not very good, but their app is the gold standard.
Yeah, I mean that was the whole idea. Like they reluctantly build a website. Sleeper.
So I'll say this: DB's mad because in Fantrax, I've been trying to figure out. So it's a best ball C2C, and we don't want to have waivers every single week. I don't want to have people having to go to Fantrax. So I used to do waivers in the past 1 week a year on the college side. There you go. Here's your budget. Blow it, use it, or don't use it. Don't give a shit. So this year I came up with one. You get $10 at Alan, and everything only costs at least $1. So hypothetically, you could have 10 pickups a year. Use them at your discretion. But Barry drafted a shittier team, even though he beat me in week 1. We won't talk about that one. Even though he beat me in week 1, he wants to pick up all these dudes. Fuck you, DB. Draft better. How do you build your bench in a lineup league?
I mean,
running backs on a 53 and backup quarterbacks. And like 5, 6, 7 maybe stud wide receivers.
Yeah, that's it. Lean and mean at wide receiver. That's how I say it. Lean and mean. You want if you get like first round of your startup draft, Jamar Chase. Second round, Jalen Waddle. Third round, Devontae Smith. Fourth round, Tank Dell. You don't need another single wide receiver. You can, but that's it. That's all you need.
Yep. It is bench trimming season, Bargustus. Alan, man, 2025, we need you at the shit school.
Yeah, well, if there's thank you for the invite. I do appreciate that.
It's a standing invite. God damn it.
No, I appreciate that. So in the past, again, not to make excuses that nobody cares about, the expo weekend bumped up against where I go do a family visit. But this year, that family visit's getting pushed to September. So August, whatever it is going to be open.
See ya, Harry Snowman. No upside down pineapples for him. I've left 2 Y's for T-Rock now. He's that good.
he's got good meat.
Rock is the only roommate Fizz will ever have. I still walk around all day saying Rock.
What's the bed situation there? Like, because I sleep in the nude.
Oh, well, that's fine. There is a couple single rooms. There's, and I mean a couple. There's only a couple. Everything else is queen size beds, doubles in each room.
Oh, that's not too bad.
No. So you'd be fine.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't get to use my room for most of the expo because Corey was sleeping all the time, just at random times. 3 in the afternoon, Corey sleeping.
It's a weird time to sleep.
11 a.m. in the morning, Corey sleeping. 6 p.m. at night, Corey sleeping. What the fuck, man?
The day drinking will get you.
BTJ in the first or Watson? Wicks in a second.
I mean, we're assuming this is super, right? Superflex?
I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I believe in Watson, so. I mean, that's a nice price, though, right?
It's a nice price. If Watson was a luxury at the quarterback position, I wasn't relying on him. I'll take BTJ in the first.
What do you think about Wicks? No way, right? There's no way that's happening.
It's a long shot.
Yeah. I mean, like
I want it to happen.
Yeah, of course. He's fun. I mean, best ball, of course, right? But if you're in a lineup league and he's your wide receiver 6, you are never, ever getting that start sit right.
No. And we are an hour and a half into this. Let's see. How many more questions we got? We got a couple. And we'll get the fuck out of here. Pitts 26 second or Brooks in a 25 first?
Brooks in a first.
Brooks in a first. Unless it's some stupid, crazy tight end premium league. Start two tight end. Yeah.
So let's go with that. 175, you doing this?
Brooks in the first still.
2-0.
2.0. 2.0. Pitts in the second if you wanted to go that route.
Pitts got hurt. I mean, there was news that he got hurt today. I mean, that is
hamstring. Fizz doesn't believe it. He says his guys top 3 season incoming.
I don't know.
I think it was the exact tweet.
This would scare me off of it.
Cody. Thank you, Cody. At least I got astrological signs for NFL players, though, right? Fair trade-off. Fuck college football. Here's some astrological signs, because I really gave a shit. DB's mad. Drafted a shittier team. The shitty team drafted literally outscored all these Sharks. Number 1 team.
It's always the donkey that wins, man.
Right. I mean, Ashton Jeanty went for like 70-some points in that league. Fuck you, DB. We ain't even full bloom yet. Your team peaked in week 1. You're like me. I peaked in high school. Everything's been downhill since.
I'm telling you, the best is still ahead of you.
Put Alan in the boom boom room. It's all yours, brother.
Is that like where everyone what's the boom 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 room?
You'll find out next year.
Oh boy. Don't want to make sure you wear it. Don't go barefoot in that room, right?
No, sir. No, sir. Appreciate everyone, y'all, my homies. I appreciate you, T-Rock. Too early for start sit. PPR, Rome, Pop Douglas, Rashid Shaheed.
Pick one?
Pick one. Give me Rome.
In week 1, you would put Rome in
week
there?
1. I got faith.
Okay, so can I just give a slightly different take on this one?
Absolutely. That's what you're here for, man.
Yeah, just Rashid Shaheed, man. I mean, he's Will Fuller, right? Like, you're going to get either the long one or nothing. So Rome is not even guaranteed to play, 30% of the snaps?
Damn.
Week 1?
Damn.
Week 1.
Damn.
All right, man.
Give me the over on 30%.
50%? Give
me the over on 50%.
Who plays the how many okay, here's a better way to do it. How many targets for Roman? 4.5 I'm going to set it at.
Give me 7. 7
targets for Roma doing
I'm feeling frisky, Alan.
Wow. 7. Man, Mike's sportsbook is going to get broken and go under.
Yes.
I mean, listen, it could happen, but that is right? Don't you think the proper number of targets for like if you were setting the line is 4.5?
There you go. That's probably actually fair. You're being realistic. But it's not like Pop Douglas or Rashid Shaheed or any fucking smash plays either.
Right, but Shaheed against Carolina, I don't know.
Who's most likely out of those 3 to score touchdown?
I was going to say Shaheed on a long ball.
Ooh, I was going to go Rome just on the connection with Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that, those 2 other guys, plus they haven't even shown us DeAndre Swift yet.
That's fair. That's fair.
Just week 1 we're talking. Just week 1.
You going with Rashid Shaheed?
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed was the nuclear option there.
What would I do with Levis as my QB3 in a 14 team? Ride that baby out, man. 14 team, super flex. Quarterback scarce as shit. I got a good third one. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I'm not, because quarterbacks go down, man. Hold on to that guy.
Alan always cracks me up. That was a tough performance to top. You may be right, but I don't think we peaked yet. Fuck you, DB. Is there players that y'all wish you had more on your roster going into the season? I don't have a single share of Brees anywhere. Damn. That sucks, not having a single share of Brees. I want some exposure to him.
Bijan. I wish I had more Bijan.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who's going to be on the cover of the quote magazines next year?
This is an easy one for me, especially after this preseason and Hard Knocks. Caleb Williams. I wish I had more Caleb. I took a shit ton of J-Day, number 1, over Caleb. And I wish I had a little bit more Caleb.
Yeah, I took Marv over Caleb in a draft at a 101.
All right, we'll get out of here on this one, and I'll play BBL. Get Alan out of here. Respect his time. Alan, before you leave, give us a bold prediction at each position. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end.
Well, I'll start with the wide receiver one. I mean, this is my bold prediction. And it's, when we say bold prediction, the people do this the wrong way, Mike, all the time. They either give like these things that are never going to happen, or they give these things that are completely chalk. So a true bold prediction is something that's got like a 10, 15% chance to happen.
Bold.
So here you go.
Bold.
Wide receiver, Rashee Rice gets suspended for 8 games this year.
God damn.
This year, and let me back it up real quick. I won't spend an hour to explaining what happens. The NFL administers discipline the minute the case is closed. If this case gets dropped, if he pleads it out, case is over, right? That could happen. NFL is going to discipline then. I don't think they're going to F around, man, at all with what he did with the hit and run, all that stuff. So 8 games this year, it can come out of nowhere. So that's my big. Oh, you want each position? Holy shit!
Oh shit!
QB, Deshaun Watson back to top 10. I think that you and I agree on that. It's not
love it.
Running back. I mean, you and I were talking about how we hate Chase Brown, but on the running back position, I'm going to say, ready for this one? Jerome Ford. Oh, you guys are in on Jerome Ford. It's not bold enough. Running back position. Who's going to come out of nowhere this year? Who's going to be the come out of nowhere guy? That's what I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I like Kyron a little bit though.
Fuck him.
How about this? James Conner is once again a top 12 running back.
Okay. Yeah, he's old and crusty. Nobody likes him in dynasty purposes. Redraft, I don't know where the market is because
6th round.
Redraft. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And tight end.
Zone RB.
Yep. And tight end. I don't know how hot this is, but man, Jake Ferguson has the most receptions of any tight end.
How many fucking... Not your prediction, but how many fucking bees can Cody fit into one sentence? Beautiful, big, bald, bushless, browless, bad boys breaking banana bold predictions. And then he follows it up with Jalen Wright, top 20 overall.
Yeah, I mean, on a per game basis, because you might only get like 3 or 4 weeks.
And T-Rock says, 8 games? That's more than Kamara. He fucked that guy up.
I'm telling you, that's my bold prediction. The kicking someone in a club is nothing compared to like this drag racing thing and the hitting and running. Like the NFL is trying to put an end to that with the quickness.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Alan, every single fucking time I get you on here, buddy, it is amazing. I love you. I know Adam is depressed that he missed out on this one. But listen, if it wasn't for Adam having COVID, I wouldn't have reached out to you immediately. Like I didn't even text Alan. That's how good it was. I called this motherfucker directly. Like, Alan, I know it's last minute. What are you doing? And Alan is such a G. He's like, say less. I'm there. Where can the people find you? When can they find you? Because you are doing so much. You are all over the fucking place. Is it 7 days a week at this point?
You want to hear how I promote now? I go, fuck you. Go find me. I'm not telling you. You want to find me? Bullshit. You got to go do it on your own. I don't give out any information.
Big time Alan. Big time Alan. I love it. You're that dude, man. You're one of my absolute favorites in the space. I can't wait till we get to meet in person next year. Please, for the love of God. No weddings. No family functions.
No bar mitzvahs.
No bar mitzvahs. Whatever the fuck you need to do, you tell him, hey, I'm fucking out, okay?
No,
all right?
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm in. Yep, I'm in because, here, lower the music one more time.
Make it real quiet for you.
No, that's good. No, that's good. No, RotoWire already said they saw the interviews too. They go, you know what? We're gonna fly you to. They're gonna pay for my plane ticket. They said they want me to do interviews at the expo. So
let's do it, man.
So
you can interview me from the shit house when I'm shirtless and drunk off my ass.
You don't think like that's like the whole plan of attack here?
Let's fucking go, man. I'll wear the chains and the chains only.
Yeah.
The chains only. All right, we're going to crank it. Get the fuck out of here. Alan, thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you, every single person, for tapping in. If you like what you see here, like and subscribe. Comment away on the video. I mean, you were in the live chat. But if you're watching this on replay, thank you so fucking much. And don't forget, Manscaped. You want to look as beautiful as Alan? This guy right fucking here. This one right here. There we go. Oh, manscaped.com. Promo code SHFF20. 20% off and free shipping. We're going to get the fuck out of here. Craig BBL jersey. Fuck it. We're out. Love every single one of y'all. Peace.